Hey, wildlings, little bit of a disruption there. Humaning had to happen. Texting and children and all of these things. I really didn't want to end there. What I was wanting to say, so let me get back in my head, because this is one of the things that is where I have to put a gate up. I am very easily distracted because of the ADHD extreme piece and my 10% working memory piece. I won't remember where I was. I won't even remember what I was talking about, even though minutes ago, seconds ago, I was totally in the vibe. It is gone. So I now have to come back and I have to look. And I mean, most people, need to come back, but energetically, I am pulled out of that place where I was just riffing. So I need to now just give myself a couple seconds to get back into that place so I can start saying that when you slow down to a snail's pace and you allow the things to show up. And I spoke about this in my first book. I spoke about the idea that if you're hitting your head against a brick wall and nothing seems to be happening the way that you want it to happen or the way that you need it to happen, then you need to slow completely down and look at the whole entire situation. And are you being directed in a completely different direction? Because I will tell you, there became a time in my mediumship where I was starting to hear the whispers of, you need to be done. You need to move on. You need to go to the next thing. I had it when I was a photographer. I was a medium for 6 years before I left photography. So I was doing mediumship and photography at the same time because I had to prove to myself and the whole entire world that I could make an income from this before I decided to leave photography. I needed to feel safe. And then I leapt into mediumship and it took off like crazy. But then I was kind of out of my natural rhythm because I was working all the time. I got an office. I could go 24/7. And I didn't know that I was an overshare. I didn't know that, I was told that spirit would tell me when something was done, that I would know when a session ended, and that my body would just tell me. That led to 6-hour sessions, and it was great for my clients. But the problem is I have no time. Like, I have such severe time blindness that 6 hours probably felt like 2 hours to me. And 2 hours is reasonable for a session. But for the other person, it was 6 hours of me, great info dumping, man. I probably changed those people's lives. And I know I did. And I know working as a medium helped so many people, but I didn't realize what that was doing to my body because I wasn't listening to the cues that it was giving me. So now I literally do just slow right down. And right now my wrist is going, take that off, man. You don't need it anymore. You don't need Stan anymore. He made not that I don't need Stan. I just don't need him right in this second. And that little bracelet for me is Stan because I bought it across the street from where I met Stan Groff. So sometimes things shift. They don't stay the same. And I think that's why I'm really good at pivoting, because I can see the pivot coming about 5 years before everybody else. So I left witchcraft right when it started becoming a shit show, right when everybody started having an Etsy shop and everybody started copying tarot cards, and there were so many friggin' tarot decks, it was insane. I remember growing up, we had like one or two to choose from, and that was it. You know, if you had 5 decks, like you were, whew, if you had 5 decks, you were fancy. I don't even want to admit to how many decks I have. And that is obscene. And now, with all of my wisdom, with every single piece of, I'm an eco warrior, we built an energy efficient house, all the way down to like, I use psilocybin to get my brain to be happy because I have PMDD, and see, my brain just made the disconnect. I have PMDD, I have seasonal affective disorder. There's so many things that affect my body that I need to live seasonally, that I need to live in that ebb and flow. And if I don't live in that ebb and flow, and that I don't see that everything is connected, and that I don't understand what restful receiving is, then I can very much burn out and go back to exactly where I was 3 years ago. And that is no good for anybody. Because 3 years ago, I was sitting here staring out a window, probably drooling. Like, I am not kidding. Probably drooling or crying or just, and like not knowing. Like, my brain was absolute chaos. It couldn't make sense of anything. To now being able to make sense of all of my chaos, that is what I want you to feel. That is why I am so ready to let this out in the world, because I think we all have this ability to receive, that we all have this ability to see. Some of us come by it easier than others. Some of us will have to work at it way harder than others, but we all have the ability to connect to this amazing energy that is the earth. So, now I can go. What am I supposed to? Oh, yeah. So when you follow your map, when you chase the threads of the web, you know what day you're supposed to record. You know what you're supposed to write down. You know what you're supposed to sing. You know what comes next. All the magic is laid out before you. So just take off your glasses and see, man. Honestly. If you want to learn more about what I have learned over the past lifetime, I'm 50 now. It's time. Then come and join me in the Wild Healing. We're on Substack and YouTube and Instagram. I'm Emma Smallbone. And this is the Wild Healing. Bye for now, wildlings. Go be wild, go be free, go live divergently. Give me a like and subscribe, and I'll love ya. Bye, wildlings.